I'm just kidding.
Welcome back. We're so full of energy right now because we just tried setting up the freaking pod and it didn't work. Anyway, Landon.
For our last comments on the last video, 5 minutes of it were me setting Ammon up on the last one on the phone.
How do we start
And
with
then
this?
the other
Pull it up.
comment-
Pull up studio on your phone right now, Landon. We're
No,
going to air this out.
We're
I want you to know
reading-
that the commenter that said this is a world-class podcast on how to be bad at podcasting, you reinvigorated me. I am so ready to do this podcast for the rest of my life until I'm better than you. And then I'm going to come back in 15 to 5 or 10 years or whatever, whenever this podcast is monster. I'm going to be like, where are you now, bro? What are you doing?
I
Do
think
you have a podcast? Are you successful in any way enough to be on this podcast?
Exactly. We're already better because he doesn't have a podcast that we know
No,
of.
it's
and
okay. We love you. This is us learning to rumble with hate comments.
Here we go. Here we go. It is nice2263. He said, tapped out after 15 minutes. World class in bad podcasting. It was clear
Bro.
in the first 5 minutes you should have paused and restarted. Not to mention the content.
I love you, bro. We know we're bad. We do
World
whatever-
class in wasting time, bro.
Yeah.
You watched 15 minutes of our podcast?
That's your own fault.
Bro, we know we're bad. That's why we do it every week to get better. Believe it or not, we're better now than we were last year.
Yeah.
So
I also
Barely.
I need to stop yelling.
His profile picture is...
No, we love you. We don't need to hate on this guy.
Everyone find him.
He's right.
Let's dox him.
He's kind of right. We are kind of bad. That's okay. We're gonna get better. We're in the arena. We love you, bro. Stay a fan.
On the
I
next
wonder if
episode, we're
he's
going to
a-
visit. Visit his house without him knowing.
I didn't say that.
Please reach out. We would love to meet you. You're invited to the next podcast.
I don't know about that, bro. So we do not. I'm not gonna own any of this. None of this. This is going a really dark, bad turn. If we're gonna actually have a successful podcast, we cannot just be
Could you
hunting down every hate comment we ever get.
imagine part of our podcast is commenters get a 5 minute they're on
They're
our
just
podcast
the
for 5
intro.
minutes.
They're the intro is how bad.
No, we're never. I'll never think about you or any of the commenters again for the rest of my life.
What?
Except for the ones that put your name on the car.
Anyway.
If any of you know what we're doing on our shorts, we're putting names on the car.
And we're about to do
And-
phase 2 of that. So
Yeah.
get excited and get watching. And all the new subscribers that are coming in, we're excited to have you here.
Welcome to episode 41. Did we say that this was episode 41?
Who knows? We were busy yelling.
We are officially starting.
How has everyone's week been? Has anybody? Okay, I'm just gonna jump straight into it. I am seriously concerned, seriously stressed, and super always thinking about the Iran-China situation right now. Do either one of you?
So it's kind of interesting.
Ow.
I know some of the takes that we have from it, at least from our talks before, but it's kind of, if anyone's ever dealt with terrorists, I'm pretty sure none of us have. But terrorists just kind of change their mind all the time. So it's not like you're working with another country. It's kind of just you're working with a terrorist and you're trying to get them to...
My wife terrorizes me. I'm just kidding.
Is that what you whispered,
I'm
Ammon?
kidding.
No. Yes.
No, you should tell. You should say what happens at home. Yeah. Literally.
Inside jokes.
So what were you saying, Landon?
Basically, everything that I said that you missed because you were making an inside joke was, it's hard to deal with a terrorist. Like, they change their mind, like, okay, let's make this deal. And they're like, okay. And then 2 minutes later, like, you know what, let's not make this. But that's the regime of Iran.
Bryce.
So, like, the way
Yeah.
it's being handled isn't the best. But
This
dealing with a terrorist isn't exactly the smoothest operation.
it's a terrorist that we funded and created.
Oh, yeah.
I think that
It's our own, we dug our own grave.
there's a big
And now we gotta lay in it.
Bryce.
Yes.
I want to turn this into a bigger conversation with
With Bryce?
Bryce,
Conversations with Bryce.
Do you care that the price of gas has gone up as much as it has?
Hold
Yes,
on,
bro.
side note, that reminded me of one of the interactions that you had where you just told someone, "Do you care?" and then you stopped and
Oh,
corrected
yeah.
yourself.
Dude,
But
what was it the
continue.
other day? I said something as someone was walking out and they just didn't look at me. And I
Oh
thought-
yeah.
Oh, you were like, "Hey, nice bike," and the dude gives you a thumbs up. Was it that one?
That was another time. This was like
that
2
was,
days
I
ago.
forget
You
what
were
I forget
here.
what that was, but I remember you just being like, "That was actually awesome."
You were like with someone. And you okay. You missed out, bro.
It
Anyway.
sounds like it.
Gas prices. Yeah, they suck.
Like, do you care? Do you not? Last time I was talking to you, you own a couple businesses that are kind of directly affected by gas prices, and you're like, well, I kind of just have to pass it along to the customer.
Yeah, I mean,
So for you, it's really not that big of a deal.
not really. I mean, I feel bad for the people that have to pay for the gas, but I already try and keep my profits as low as possible to corner the market up here. So
Oh, okay.
it's like I can't lose money in my business, so someone has to pay for delivery and gas and whatever. So
Do you that
Yes.
yeah yes. I think that there's a bigger conversation around this war of like right now it's gas prices and that's kind of it. If you don't care and you own a business or you're a human being in the United States that has any amount of like what would it be called? Buy-in, you're affected by the war a little bit.
Your steak.
Any stake. But I think that there's a big question that's kind of looming that's coming from maybe opposition, which is like we, the United States, are turning into a tier 2 country because
Mexico.
like Mexico, or just maybe we're number 1 and now we're not number 1 anymore. It's we share the stage with Russia and China. Let's say in the next 10 years the U.S. is not the global hegemon that it is now, and think of England turning from becoming the global superpower that they were into transitioning into the U.S. being the global superpower. Do we care? Does that matter? Is this a conversation that is only stroking people's egos that doesn't actually matter? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you think that that's true? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that makes
Like
sense.
it's like, okay, now you live in Argentina. Now you live in a country that isn't the number 1 country in the world. Thoughts, questions, comments, concerns.
For me, I don't care.
I think the biggest thing that we see where that does matter is war, where it's like,
We can't defend ourselves.
yeah, people are like, oh, they've fallen off the ranks, like we can take advantage of them, then trade. I guess it'd probably be trade that a lot of people see that being affected, but
So I think my question, another question I would have is there anything that we can do about it we don't need to stay number 1 because we want for like the vanity metric of being number 1, but any amount of changing world order is going to have negative effects on other people. Like, is it worth our time to try to keep the U.S. being the global superpower that it is, or do we just live within the playing field that we're given, which is the United States is now not the superpower that it was?
I mean, this might be kind of a hot take, but I think ideally it would be better to be not number 1.
What?
Yeah,
In what way?
every way.
But like what? Like you just like to be the underdog?
I think it's better to be in a situation where you're really able to learn and watch other countries grow, and you're able to see their mistakes and adapt in your own way.
I'm lost.
because I would like to say I see where like what you're trying to say. I think
What I'm trying to say is like
Look,
in business, okay?
At
In
the
business.
top, you only can go down, but from the middle, you can go up.
In business, everyone that is successful has someone that they can like turn to in their corner that's higher up than them, their network of people.
The CEO doesn't.
Usually he's got somebody in another company, no?
someone had to do it first.
Yeah. So what? So I'm lost.
I just think doing it second is easier and less complications.
I think in the global
I'm
context.
so lost. What?
I think in the global
Do you not get me?
context.
Like, I kind of get where you're coming from, but my position is I don't know if we are turning into not the global superpower that we are now. I don't know if the Strait of Hormuz and Iran and the trade deals with China is causing that. Like there's that book, The Changing World Order, and there's a lot of people in the press, especially the left, that are hating on that. I don't know if that's happening. I hope not. But if it is there any way that we could change it? Is my question. Bryce is like, if it's happening, good.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Take advantage of us. I don't know.
No.
I don't think. Wait a second.
Yeah, Bryce is into some weird stuff. Don't ask him what him and his wife get up
Okay,
to.
no.
I think.
Don't you have like there's a it's a leather mask, but there's like little dog ears coming out.
Oh,
I think in
yeah.
the global context, it's because of the technology we have, we can kind of see what's going on. We just if we make a mistake, it's a bigger deal because we're one of the top world powers, right? And if I'm trying to understand what you're saying,
That's
that-
exactly. Yeah, you're on the right track here. Keep going.
that if we're not the biggest, we can just learn from the mistake of another country that's trying to do the same thing, and then we just avoid that mistake. Is that right?
Yes.
I don't know if
I don't think that
think
would be the
that-
way to go.
I don't even know if that even happens. Are our politicians even competent enough and capable enough to look around and say, if we let our country get destroyed, it's just the communists and socialists are going to still rip apart any value that is left in this country until it turns into a third world country if the communists and socialists had their way. Like,
Yeah.
never
You're
mind.
using
That's
a lot
too.
of big words.
I like what you're thinking though, Bryce.
It's an interesting thought.
I
I like the perspective.
I think it's good. No.
So, anyway.
Like, let's move on.
I think
You
it's
think
a good
it's good?
perspective.
I'm done talking.
I think no. Let's not discourage Ammon because this
I'm not discouraged. I'm just so beyond. There's so many different ways to take this. But that's an insane take. I love it.
I know. I think that those are the conversations that we need to have with because we had a podcast a while ago talking about like the death of a moderate, and I think those are some of the moderate takes that most people don't usually.
That's not
think
a
about.
moderate take.
That's not a moderate take,
That's
but
a
it's
defeatist.
it's a.
I'm sorry, not
It's a
even-
fetus take.
Defeatist.
I'm not
Oh, I
gonna
thought you said
judge
a fetus.
That's a fetus take.
Wow.
I'm not down talking. Bryce, you're an idiot.
No,
I
Bryce,
love
you're not an idiot.
I love that take. You're an idiot.
Nice word, mean nice thing.
Nice.
Actually, hold on. This is hilarious. So this guy was talking about using Claude, right? So a lot of people use Claude now for a lot of things. Have either of y'all used Claude?
I have.
So
I'm scared.
you have tokens, right? Claude.
That's what I don't get.
You use so almost like
Wait, tokens is too much for Bryce.
Is that like
So
1 gallon of water?
say you have 10 tokens. You tell Claude to write a document, and that takes 2 out of your 10 tokens, right? So you only have a limited number of tokens. What this guy does is he says, hey, use fewer words and code, and he'll go in and get the rest of it and basically make sense of it all, but he uses caveman talk to use less tokens. And have either of y'all seen The Office?
I have, but it's.
You know
I've
this-
seen parts.
You know the scene where Kevin goes, why use more word when little word do trick? Bro hacked the system because he's using less words for Claude and using less tokens to get more work done.
That's awesome.
Because do you get so many free tokens?
Yeah. So it's pretty wild.
I've been wondering about, can't you set up like Claude to run while you sleep? Like basically like set up your schedule, like
Basically, you give the prompt of, hey, do this, but you have to allow access to your
Yeah.
computer for it to do
they
that
can
stuff.
access me.
And so a lot of people don't like that access.
No, yeah. I think it would be so awesome if I could figure out how to make it post Facebook Marketplace listings and respond to people.
So you probably could. I bet you
Actually,
you
that's
could.
kind of smart. Yeah. Because
You definitely could.
I need like
Cause
I don't
people
know.
have done almost the exact same thing. Have you seen this dude on Facebook did that exact thing. He was moving. He had the pictures of everything he needed to sell. He goes, "Hey, I need you to sell this. This is the price. Like, negotiate whatever you need to, all this other stuff. Give it the parameters," and it did it. Sold all of his stuff before he moved.
that's cool.
I actually heard about that. I didn't know if that was true or not.
Yeah. Wild. You should do it.
I think AI is definitely going to be a big productivity gain.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's going to be interesting for a lot of jobs in that aspect. Because everyone's always talking, right, about...
That's why I think I just need to become a mechanic, bro.
No AI can replace that job.
That's not true.
At least for a long time, I feel like.
Yeah, it'll be a while.
This is going to be a hot minute. But kind of interesting. Also, Ammon, how was your trip? Ammon was on a trip, and he took his watch, and he loved it.
Yeah. Turns out the Seiko GMT is the best watch ever.
is
Buy
the
it. Buy
best.
2.
No, buy one. Make some stories out of it so you have money to, if something happened to it, you could buy another.
Cap, this is the best. Oh, my timer's still going.
What timer for whenever you
I
drove
went,
here?
hold on.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
How fast did you do it?
I don't know. 44 minutes.
44 minutes. Yesterday, I went to a jeweler, and they had Longines watches. I know what watch I'm going to get. It's beautiful.
The thing about watches is you see them online, or at least our generation, we see them online and we're like, that watch is actually kind of ugly. But then you see it in the store, and then you see it on your wrist, and you're like, whoa.
Beautiful.
It like looks really good.
I thought it'd be too big. No, it was
I had
perfect.
no. I thought this watch was ugly as crap. And then
and then you looked at it.
and then I saw it at that jeweler, and I was like, whoa,
It's crazy.
it's crazy.
What jeweler sells those?
Morgan Jewelers.
Yeah.
Essie Needham sells some too.
Really?
Yeah, crazy stuff. We
This-
should get you into watches.
This is what we need to start building and making.
Actually, I want to go over. Let me see this. Does everybody see this? There's no way that anybody sees this well. This is a ring. This ring. Is Bryce had an idea to make a company with this, and that segues into we all want to own businesses. We probably all want to own businesses. Some of us, namely Landon, will probably end up being homeless, likely a drug addict, and we still love him for it. We still invite him. It's kind of like a pity thing that we do, but the main reason that we do this podcast is we talk about global events, we talk about the news, we talk about business,
What?
and everything else.
Yeah,
And so if you're wondering and you're a newer viewer and you're wondering and you've gotten however many minutes in, you probably clicked away because it was a world-class lesson in how to not run a podcast. We
Should
know we're
I'm
bad.
gonna storm
We're-
out because of what you said, and that's gonna be our intro. Is the storm out? Is gonna be just
Jump
me
across and
freaking
bite
out
the camera.
like all the other, and that's gonna be how we get people watching.
No, and so what I'm saying with that is we know that we're bad and we know that we're not great at covering these kind of things, but we're getting better. And to you, to the viewer, why, if you want to own a business, why the stuff that we cover, yeah.
yeah, my best advice would be
Great advice.
Now to
No, no, no,
Landon's
no, no.
bomb.
I'm kidding. We are looking to start a course for starting businesses. It
So
might
if you'd
be
like
up.
to join, we're actually
on
going to
this
start a
video.
course on how to run a podcast. Is our course.
How to run a failing podcast.
That's our course.
V2.
How to get
Like-
comments like this.
Link in the description. How to get brilliant. How
Wow,
to get
that was the
comments like
worst. That was the worst description I've ever. Let me try that again because it's actually kind of important. Freak.
I would like to point out to the viewers that the name of the podcast, at least as of this moment, is Spaz.
And we're definitely going to do a
Podcast.
name change sometime later.
But as of right
To
now,
the-
it is Spaz Podcast.
To the boys,
I think we should call it the Mullet.
the
Because we do
backyardigans.
business in the front, party in the back. We just call it the Mullet Podcast. But that's for a later date.
No, Yeah.
Yeah.
No, let me try again. Let me try again. This, yeah, we're not doing it. I'm.
What are you even talking about?
I
I'm
don't
trying to understand, but
Our course?
We're selling a course.
Maybe that'll be my job in the podcast.
Actually, we probably
Build the
shouldn't do
course.
this early on, but actually, no. One of the podcasts that we look up to would be like the All In podcast. They're not perfect, obviously, and a lot of people hate on them. Bryce has never seen an episode, so he doesn't understand a lot of the vision.
I thought you were literally gonna just name our podcast. We really look up to
What
the
about-
Spaz podcast.
I really look up. Ammon said this on one of our first podcasts. He says he unironically watches all of our podcasts, and I do too. It's actually hilarious.
It's actually really bad. And we need
It's
to get better.
terrible, but it's. I love watching it.
World class in something.
Yep.
And being really bad. It's been 5 minutes of us just talking in circles about nothing at all.
I love this.
Okay, you asked me about you asked me about my trip. On the way home,
Did we?
We were circling back.
on the way
Way
home,
back.
while I was looking at an ICE agent in the airport, waiting 15,000 minutes in the TSA line, I saw this book, and it was The Economist, and I bought it and I read it on the plane while I was half asleep. Oh my gosh, it was the worst turbulence of my life, and I thought that I was gonna die. And I'm not gonna talk anything about it at all because
He just wanted to mention that he read it.
I'm trying to virtue signal that I can read, even though I can't read because I'm illiterate. But I think I might get a subscription to this, and we might start what?
Why do magazines have a very distinct smell? You know?
Yeah.
Like, I can just,
it's
like-
the printing in the ink.
Don't
At
smell.
work, our shirts have a distinct smell. It's always the ink.
Hold on,
They
wait,
smell so
Ammon?
bad.
Amen. What's in the bag?
Oh yeah, wouldn't you like to know? I want to talk
Wouldn't
about.
you like to know?
I actually want
boy?
to talk about something that's in here. We're gonna go back to Iran, and we're gonna go back to China, if you don't mind, Bryce. Bryce, will you do me a favor?
No.
I don't know whose side they're actually on, and I want to. So this is titled "How China Sees the War." Bryce, will you read this entire thing right here?
This whole paragraph?
That one that's all underlined right there.
Oh, frick. Everyone's gonna know I can't read.
Go ahead.
Many Chinese say the war will accelerate America's decline.
Is that
Hey,
what it says?
Shut up.
How
They
when was it
see-
published?
Oh.
Let's get the
April
date on
4th,
this.
2026.
Okay.
Yeah, April 4th. That seems right. Where'd you read that?
Just on the top where it says it. Like, Alright, stop messing with my book. I'm gonna restart. Many Chinese say the war will accelerate America's decline. They see American aggression as a validation of President Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping. Just call him Xi.
China. Focus on security over economic growth. And they expect peace when it comes to create opportunities for China to exploit. Only in the background, he had this one circled here, is there anxiety? And the hint of a possible Chinese miscalculation.
There's actually a lot in that sentence.
I didn't understand one thing, to be honest. I haven't read it. I'm just kidding.
I mean, this is the conversation that's being had. Many Chinese say the war accelerates America's decline. America's aggression is a validation of Xi's previously saying his focus on peace over his focus on security over economic growth. That's important. He focuses on security as opposed to economic growth. And I think that's one of the areas that, like, whatever.
Continue.
I'm
That's one of the areas
I'm kidding. And so I think that with China, U.S. the Chinese and the U.S. are still kind of clashing out, figuring out what's happening. And I think that we need to focus on our strengths and push through. And for us and the people that's listening to this podcast,
Push through the war.
push through maintaining our
Do you think we should have more or less involvement in this war?
in Iran.
Yeah.
I think that I think that
I'm ready for the party.
Trump should.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. I'm serious, but I can wait.
One of the major missteps of every president that's ever been done in the history of the world, in the history of the United States, was Trump getting involved in this war.
So you think we should have less involvement?
I think
We shouldn't have been involved, but now we are, so let's...
no.
Because they had a ceasefire. And they're kind of still.
I think we should be less involved. I think that we can't be less involved, and I think that we're in a stalemate. And yeah, how do I say this? I don't know if there's a solution or a way out. Okay, actually, I want to talk about this. Dave Freeberg on the All In podcast and so have Chamath have talked about how this might be a play at China. If this oil shortage hurts China more than it hurts the U.S., the U.S. and China can go into negotiations in May, and Trump can strike a really big deal that ends this situation.
Do you think that's going to be the actual outcome of it? Because I don't.
I hope and pray that that's it, because if that doesn't happen, we are now, I don't think that we are, but we are viewed as a country that is equal to Russia and China, not the number one global hegemon. That's how the entire world sees us. But this is a stalemate situation. It is easier to destroy something, which is destroying the boats in the Strait of Hormuz, than it is to protect those things in that strait. So we, the United States, being goaded by... being by a war that's been going on in the Middle East for a while. The state of Israel decided that it was a good idea to get us involved in this war.
I don't think.
And to finish what I'm saying, we are in a spot where, with infinite money, we cannot defend the Strait of Hormuz without a prolonged war in the Middle East to maintain democracy in Iran.
Yeah.
Cause so what do America's enemies have to what do they need to do right now? All they need to do is keep destabilizing Iran. Because as soon as Iran can stabilize itself, it becomes an ally that can have peace treaties and whatever else with. Even if and so China just needs to keep destabilizing Iran. Israel just needs to keep destabilizing Iran, and because then that goads the U.S. into a hot war in Iran. And then we have boots on ground, very unpopular war, and then we try to promote peace, and then we're in a hot, unpopular war in the Middle East to protect the Strait of Hormuz, because that affects the global oil in the world. And since we started it, everyone expects us to fix it. None of our allies are coming to help us. Trump should have never, with Israel, launched the launches that they did on February 28th. That moment, maybe bombing the Fordo was whatever. It shouldn't have been done, but whatever. But choosing to strike Tehran when they did, what was it, February 28th? In my mind, whoever in his office, whether it was Lutnick or Bibi or whoever else, was talking to him and said, "Trust me. Think of how great." Because
I'm pretty sure it wasn't who was in office. I'm pretty sure it's who's out of office that influenced that one.
What? Obama?
No.
What are you
Talking
talking?
out of country. I think there's some influence there.
Well, no, I'm saying someone talked to Trump because the way
Like,
that we
okay, let's
understand
do
it,
this.
the way that we understand it, if it's true, is the Israel said at this time we are bombing Tehran, and they said we're going to do it whether the U.S. is involved or not. And then Trump, for some reason, someone talked to
we're
him
doing this too.
whether it was his idea or not. He decided that he needed to bomb Tehran. Is that right? Tehran, Iran, the capital.
I don't think it's gonna turn out.
This
what
is this is as
we
bad as
hope.
it is. This is horrific.
Yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I don't think this is gonna turn out how we hoped, but I don't think.
If
I don't
Trump
know. I
can't
hope
get a
it-
good deal with China and then end this war, and open up the strait, we are done as a tier 1 country.
Yeah, I
What
could
happens to
see
gas?
But if Trump,
Because do we have? I
The-
don't
the
know if
oil
we even
shock-
have enough
the
resources
oil
to
shock
be able to
hasn't
drag
hit
this
yet.
out. Yeah,
we definitely have enough resources to fund.
I mean,
this.
we have
It's just-
enough.
We don't
to
have
do-
maybe we don't have enough political clout like the
That's I
Republican
was gonna
Party.
say that's the thing is I don't know if we're gonna have because by the time things happen, if say an impeachment comes into play and then all of a sudden everything changes about how we handle the whole situation.
If Trump gets impeached, does it Vance go or is there an entire new election?
I think it's Vance. No,
I'd have to double check.
I think it's Vance till the end of the term.
Let's find out, shall we?
What were you saying about gas though?
The oil shock hasn't even hit us yet. It's probably it might 4x. If it's $4 now, it goes to $16. If this doesn't get solved in the next month or two. How old is that article?
2019. Hold on.
Just Google. This doesn't matter. Because impeachment is kind of a lengthy, confusing process.
Just hit the AI
There's
on the top.
definitely, there is no AI at the top.
To finish what I'm saying.
To finish what you're saying,
peace in the entire world.
what's in the bag? Also,
Speaking of
my entire
trade wars.
Speaking of trade wars, mine.
So I went to this. What do you go? You say what you're gonna say.
I was
This
gonna
is
say,
a hammer.
Don't touch my hammer. Don't touch my thing. Don't touch my rod. What were you saying?
what?
Guys was touching my rod, and I wanted him to stop. Now, what were you saying?
Wow. You go over what's in the bag. I'm curious as to who takes over if Trump gets impeached.
Do I give you? Dude, I have gifts for Hayes and for Gideon. Do I show it to them right now?
Thank you. I'm not human, so I had to make sure.
So there's this store. It's called DAISO. 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 Apparently, it's like a Japanese 7-Eleven.
It's the vice president that becomes president, but then it moves down the line from there.
Till the end of the term.
Till the end of the term, then it's just another election.
If
But
I'll call this now. If Trump gets impeached, which is super low chance, I feel like, or it's higher than it was. Super low chance, but it's something. It happens.
the only other president
If Vance becomes president, we have a prolonged hot war in the Middle East, like
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe.
the only other
hottest
president
war.
that's gotten impeached was Nixon, wasn't it?
I mean,
Jackson? I don't know. Andrew Jackson's the only president I know besides Donald Trump. And Obama.
No.
Obama was impeached.
Oh,
like
and
4
Biden.
times in the House, I think.
What?
But none that actually like took effect though.
No, technically it's all been the same. I forget if it goes to the House and then the Senate, or Senate to then the House. Don't look at your gifts,
Speaker of the House.
Master
Then it
of
goes
the
to the
House.
Senate.
I need to learn a lot more about impeachments because I think that we're about to need to know a lot more about
We're
them.
definitely going to need to know about impeachments, but I don't think.
I hope.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I'm gonna say this. I think that we are the only people left in. I am one of the few people left in media who says something along the lines of, "I hope Trump can figure this out. I wish him the best. He supports some of my values, but even the right is turning on Trump right now because
This
of the
is
war.
actually pretty funny though. Not this. But do you see the post of him that he had a white robe and a red thing and everyone's like, he's depicting himself as Christ, and everyone's freaking out about it.
He
He's
is
like,
making some.
I thought I was a doctor.
That's some major missteps.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. But go on, Ammon. What's in the bag?
So I went to this store.
We went to the
And-
Japanese 7-Eleven.
So, well, yeah, it's a Japanese 7-Eleven.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but I guess I kind of told the story in the wrong order, and it's kind of bad, but so we were at dinner with my family, and why are you laughing at me? He always does this to me. Why
I'm
do
ready-
you,
I'm ready to
always-
know what's in the
why do you
bag.
always
I'll
assume
talk
that
to
everything I have
you
to say is
specifically.
laughable? Am I just a little goofy clown that everybody should always laugh at, or can I be serious every once in a while?
You have to be like so beyond
Let's
smart
mute
or so
their
beyond
mics while they
retarded to
have
like
their
keep up
therapy
with what you're
session,
saying.
and I'll just monologue.
Wait, what do you mean? Like you?
We went from talking about the bag, Japanese 7-Eleven.
But then you laughed at me, and I,
I was
got
at
really
dinner with my
uncomfortable.
family.
Well, my dinner with the family was going to start about how I ended up in this store,
Sorry.
and then you were laughing at me. Stop! Don't laugh.
Maybe it's
No, guys, I'm
backlash
serious right now.
because you laughed at his perspective on us not being.
Yeah, bro.
Us not being what?
You guys don't like my
Top.
my viewpoints.
Well, no, I mean,
Don't encompass me and we.
no.
Ammon singled me off and said I was a drug addict, so
You
I
are.
didn't say you are a drug
What?
addict. I said you have a high potential of failing at all of your business ventures and that you're going to be a drug addict. But I only said that because it's like not true.
Maybe.
No,
Maybe?
Landon, I love you. Come here. Give me your hand.
Okay, what's in the bag,
I
bro?
don't know.
No more hands.
No, come on. Guys, they won't.
Ammon, what's in the
I'm
bag?
trying to tell you guys what's in the bag, and then you kept yelling at me and laughing at me. and
Dinner
I
Everyone
was
time.
be quiet.
getting
Everyone
insecure.
shh.
Okay, if you laugh, I'm gonna kill myself.
You watching,
in front
be
of you.
quiet,
Oh, dang
because
it.
Ammon needs to talk.
Okay,
You're probably gonna have to.
so I
clip
landed
that
on the
out.
plane in Houston. So I was born. Okay, wait, never mind. We'll go back. I was at
Back
dinner.
before you were born.
I was in dinner food eating with my family, and the food was like fine, and I didn't want to be there anymore, so I kind of just like got up and left. Not really, but kind of. And my little sister or brother or my little brother was like, "We should go to that thing over there." I was like, "Okay," and I thought it was a woman's makeup store, and I was ready to just like go whatever and dink around and like look at women's makeup and make jokes and send them to the group chat. But then I walked in and nothing was in English and everything was in Japanese yuan.
Is there different kinds of Japanese?
So this right here is Japanese symbols that means some type of Japanese money. I
Type
genuinely think that this company put all of the products and SKUs that they put in their Japanese stores and manufactured in Japan, and then just put it on a cargo container, shipped it across, and put it into the port of Houston, and then trucked it over to the store. This thing... Did I ever...
I think we should do a podcast in Japan. I think that'd be sick.
I agree. I bought this for me because I needed one of these, so this is not a gift for you guys.
What the heck is it?
It's a mallet.
It is a mallet, but it's like a precision mallet depending on what you're trying to do. These come off and you can buy attachments. There's like ones that are harder and softer and everything. So like typically for gun stuff, for any type of like, if you're doing any type of building or something, but you want to have like, if you're hitting brass and you don't want to break the brass, you need something softer than brass. And I needed these. They're needle nose pliers.
Wow.
And I'm excited to have these tools to build my thingy bobs. But I got you guys gifts, and I saw these things.
You got a tool for the tool.
I don't want to ruin it. Oh wow.
What does that do?
Nothing.
So Landon, I
Just gonna mess him up, bro.
Bryce, I
Yeah?
got you this, and it's because I know that you like trucks.
Let's show this to the pod.
So what it says right here is, I'm not gonna.
Petite block.
Please use product under parental guidance. Wait, where does it say English?
Oh,
Is there any English on there? City Work Collection. It's a delivery truck, and I know that you're.
City Work Collection. Is this a dumpster?
Is it dumpster?
and then Landon.
Or is it your? Because if you deliver mattresses,
That's your pink
That's your-
delivery truck because I love you. And then Bryce, I found this sweet Lego set of this cool little guy called
Icarus.
Sonic Icarus.
no way.
And I got it specifically because on the back it says choking hazard. And I want you to choke on this. And I got
amazing.
Gideon this bullet train. And so, Bryce, mainly this is for you for next podcast that you show up. If we're talking and we're getting really boring, you can start building this.
This is your fidget toy.
I'm doing it
Do
now.
it right now. Yeah. I thought this bullet train was sick. And then I got Hayes this front loader dozer. And I got this one for him because it says children under the age of 3 on the back, and so I knew that this would be good enough for him to make.
That's awesome.
I don't know. I was not planning on getting you guys gifts, and then I walked into the store and I saw those things and I was like, ooh, I should buy these for the guys. And then I didn't even think about it on the pod, and then I was like, I should do it on. It's because I love you guys and I think about you guys.
You should build it with this.
It wants me to put the clink clang on the ching chong. Ching chang. Sorry. Wang ling lang lang bang.
Okay, I want to talk about one last thing. Ooh.
Can we have a cutscene of us building our Legos?
One last thing, Ammon. Sometimes you just have to let them think.
No, I'm just stalling because I'm watching this. I have a business idea, and I have made a vlog about it, and hopefully I will finish it this week. And I'm excited to post about it, so watch for updates on the podcast with me saying that I am whatever. Love you guys.
Wait. There's one last thing that we talked about in
Yes,
the
please.
podcast that you were gone for.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to get your thoughts.
Okay.
Google changed to where you can now change your email. So that email that was made when you were 11 or 10, you can now change that, and everything will still get forwarded to your new email. Would you change your email, yes or no?
No. Unicycle. I won't say the rest of it, but big unicycle in it. Not because I'm embarrassed of it, because I don't want people emailing me.
And that's it for episode 41. Thank you for watching the podcast. Please watch our shorts. They're pretty funny. Ammon's back.
Thank you, Jill.
We'd like to thank all our subscribers. And for Jill.
Oh wait, one second. I want to do a special shout out to my boy In Your Walls with 2 Z's. He commented 4 hours ago on the post that I posted. We love you. Special shout out on the pod, and I am going to say in the short that I called you out on the pod. So go. You should watch this. I'm gonna say that I did it at the beginning or in the middle, so you're gonna have to watch this whole podcast. It's your wall. In Your Walls. We love you. I hope you enjoy the podcast.
And if you made it this
comment.
long,
This is a business/comedy podcast. We have hope that the world will be better most of the time.
thank you for watching.